Hi, and welcome back to Philanthropy Porch Ponderings. I'm Lisa Shamola, coming to you from New Orleans, Louisiana. And if you've been here on the channel, you've learned a little bit more about what Fablanthropy is about, the intersection of fabulous and philanthropy. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me and just how I got to be sitting here on this porch in New Orleans with almost 20 years of working in the philanthropic sector. So really and truly, I think like many of us, you kind of grew up with that good gene in a way, and just that want to give back. And for me, it started out being a Girl Scout as a kid, and it's not just cookie sales, but also the volunteer projects and the giving back and the good feeling that you get from helping someone else, and the good feeling of being part of something that's bigger than you. And that carried into high school and my dance team. We were always doing fundraising projects and different things like that. And even in college, working on my college yearbook staff, putting together events and activities and things like that to raise awareness, which I think is another important part of the philanthropic process that people forget about, is the raising awareness and the communication and the storytelling. And that actually kind of branched into what some of my early careers were. In college, I was originally going to become an elementary school teacher, and that lasted about a week. But then in a way, I still get to teach and give back now. So it's kind of fun how your childhood dreams end up becoming your adult reality. And so after that, I had a career in retail. So that was a good foundation for customer service and learning what would become an important part of being a fundraiser, and now consulting with fundraising colleagues about that donor process, that identification, the cultivation, making the ask, the stewardship process, the thank you, that great customer service. From there, I actually launched into a career in journalism. I was a print journalist, worked for the Houston Chronicle during college, and that really helped me refine my interest in storytelling and just getting to interview people and learning what made them tick. And the funny thing about it was I always got assigned to the nonprofit events. It was always those festivals and parades and fundraisers that the real reporters didn't want to cover. So I really think that planted the seed for my career in nonprofit. From there, I went into a career in public relations. I encouraged by a career counselor because I enjoyed organizing events, and then started my fundraising career in event fundraising in Louisiana, in fact, in Lake Charles, Louisiana, working on some festivals and events, and then the American Heart Association, at the same time while I was pursuing a master's degree in public relations. So, if there's a great foundation for working in philanthropy, it's learning your audience and learning how to build those relationships. And I had my very first advisor had followed the same kind of career path, from journalism to public relations to philanthropic development. And I ended up following in her footsteps. So went down that road. After working for the American Heart Association for quite some time, I moved into individual fundraising, mostly in the higher education sector, and whether that was annual fund, major gifts, and then moving more into planned giving. And I have to admit, gift planning is a passion of mine, and I'll talk a little bit in another video about the services Fablanthropy offers, and that is one, and that is really encouraging the long-term impact of legacy giving. And so from there, had the opportunity to move to New Orleans, lived in the greater New Orleans area for a little while as a kid, always wanted to come back, thought it would be when I retired, had an opportunity to take a job here. Who would pass up moving to New Orleans? And so I've been, we're at the end of 2020 right now, been in New Orleans now about 3.5 years. This is home. And so when I found myself on the other side of a layoff earlier in 2020 due to the pandemic, I really wanted to stay here, and explored my options and found some opportunities to begin working on the consultative side of fundraising. And I have to say, after working for organizations and making an impact and connecting donors to make a difference in people's lives and to really help them see the impact of that philanthropy and making a difference for somebody, one organization at a time, and now the opportunity to be able to help several organizations in tandem, it's simply wonderful. So it's a little bit about me here at my firm, and it also an important part of My life is my dog Ava, and if you go to the website Fablanthropy.com, you'll see she's the mascot of Fablanthropy. So she is a lot of the why I do what I do. And again, I just look forward to the opportunity to get to grow and learn and network with many of you. Just a few things to ask. If you would like, subscribe, share this channel, there's a bell icon that you can click. You'll get notifications every time we upload a new video. The goal is to upload a philanthropy porch pondering at least once a week, and follow us on social media, and we look forward to seeing you next time.